Ray Romano is with us now. He is a family member of that guy right there who's telling you to Google. He's telling you to Google whether or not you can doze in the shower while standing up like an elephant.
It is true.
That is what Ray Romano's, this is his family.
I think Ray would appreciate that, though.
Well, it's not so bad. He's on HBO Max right now, and I believe he's married to a sex doll. So I think Made for Love.
That's a great show.
He's gone. Yes, he's gone. He's gone away from the sitcom world, and he is playing darker. And I've always imagined that Ray Romano was actually darker and was just doing a sitcom because it was fun to do a sitcom. But instead of just making those assumptions, we welcome him in now. And I don't know what the history is, whether he actually knows or remembers. Has someone actually told him, hey, you hit a family member with that scalding golf ball? Are you aware, Ray Romano, of the damage you did with your tee shot? And thank you for joining us.
Well, first of all, yeah, everybody told me. I mean, I'm not on social media, but my kids are, and my kids got a bunch of stuff from I guess Chris sent something to my daughter, or did you send something to my daughter? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I did, and Greg.
Right, but stay away from them. Anyway, no, but they told me right away, and. Actually, my cousin told me that you were in the tournament a couple days before. He texted me, Al, your father-in-law, I guess, right? And told me that you were there and you would come over and say hello or something if you saw me. But that didn't happen, so I had to go to you.
You sound incredibly bored by your family member, and I don't blame you because I know them and I recognize the feeling. You sound like you're barely tolerating these people.
No. You should have said something. I mean,
I'm a coward. I'm a coward, Ray.
And by the way, I don't know where I hit you with the ball. Was it in the? I thought it was in the crotch. I thought I got you right in the groin.
It was the inner thigh, my inner right thigh.
Oh, boy. Yeah, but everything's okay, though?
A little bruised, but we're good, man.
What was your level of shame, Ray? How often has this happened? You play in celebrity golf tournaments. You're a pretty good golfer.
No, I'm not that good. But here's the truth. You were the second person I hit that day. I'm not kidding. But the other one was even more serious. The other one was a line drive off the tee, and it hit a young kid in his 20s, maybe in the shin.
That's the worst part.
He had a Raider shirt on, so I'm sure he's tough, you know. But it didn't, he was okay, and I took a picture with him. But that was earlier that day. I hit as many people as I parred that day. I parred 2 holes, serious. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, I parred that hole that I hit you on. That was
wow. Well, up and down, huh?
Nice. That seems impossible.
I got it on the green. And if you remember, I poked it out, and then my caddy came and said that you kicked the ball.
Inadvertently. Sorry about that.
Yeah. But so that we put the ball back where, after I poked it out, he said, no. He kicked the ball, so we put the ball back where it was. And I got it on the green, and I made like a 25-foot.
Little up and down.
Par number 2 of the day for me, and that was it. But also, 3 years ago, this is, I've been playing. That's my 17th year playing in that thing. 3 years ago, I put a woman in the hospital, and I'm not kidding. I hit her in the head. Yeah, but it was like a 9-iron, and it was about 145 yards, and I kind of scolded a little bit, and we yelled 4, and she didn't get out of the way. It hit a dead center in the forehead.
Jeez.
And I didn't even know. And then when we got up to the green, I heard people yell, saying, "Stay awake, Nancy! Stay awake!" She was on the ground.
Oh no!
Trying to keep her awake, yes. And it ended up she was okay, but she had to go to the hospital.
Jeez.
And I sent her some stuff. I don't have to send you any stuff, do I, Chris?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Chris.
Nice. New set of irons, maybe.
I mean, he came on the show. I think that's all Chris wanted, right?
Yeah. She didn't have a show. To go on. But
at any point, are we going to be worried about this? Like, if we kill someone?
There's people everywhere, and we're all hackers, So it happens a lot out there. But
Ray,
I was having the crappiest day of my life out there that day. You were part of it.
That is the Cody mantra right there. I was having the crappiest day of my life, and you were part of it. It's like a card. It's the opposite of a greeting card. Billy, you were trying to say something.
Well, I'm just wondering, at any point are these like warning signs going to catch up that you keep hospitalizing
You're a
people?
huge liability.
Why do they keep inviting you back,
You're
Ray?
a golf course menace. What's the number of people you've hit with a scalding golf ball?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you usually, I guess I average. Look, I hit 2 that day. I didn't hit anybody else that weekend, but I would say I average 1 person each time I play in one of those things. Pebble Beach 2. At Pebble Beach 2, I've hit some people. There's thousands of people there, and we're not pros. You were at that tee box. You must have seen some balls go into the crowd and people yelling.
Not as bad as yours, Ray.
What's that?
Not as bad as yours, he said.
Yeah. No, that was horrible. That was an embarrassing shank. But look at what happened from it.
This glorious moment
You
is what
found
we
family.
have to show. A family's reunited. Love is born. How is it that have you developed an immunity to the shame involved with hitting one of the people who is there while a lot of people are watching you?
Well, look, you don't want to hit somebody, of course not. But the shame of just hitting a bad shot, it sucks, especially on TV. Not that I don't think that got on TV. I don't think they aired that, but the cameras are there. But after, I've hit great shots on TV also. So it's the good with the bad. And after people aren't even fazed by it because they know we're not pros. When I play in Pebble, it's the same thing. On the first tee box, your nerves are the highest because these are people are going to be watching you for the first time. But after a while, everybody knows we're going to hit shitty. Sorry, can I say that?
Yep.
We're going to hit crappy shots. We're going to hit some good, some bad. By the way, I don't know how good you guys think I am, but I'm like a 13, 14 handicap. So I'm going to hit my share of crappy shots, and I'm going to hit great shots too. But the problem is my caddy. He's my best friend from New York.
Right.
He does it every time for me. And the crap I get from him, he's the most, normally your caddy is supposed to be a positive factor.
Sure.
No.
Right.
Just the opposite. This guy will rag on me, he'll say things like, I'll say, can I hit? We'll be waiting in the fairway, and I'll go, can I hit now? And he said, this is what he said to me. He goes, yeah, you can hit. There's nobody in the water.
Love it.
I don't want to replace your caddy, but perhaps, maybe you owe it to a family member to let him caddy for you next year.
He's done enough.
Yeah. I don't know if is he technically a family member?
That's a good debate right there we should have.
Yeah.
He was
My
a
second
shame.
cousin-in-law, I guess, is what it goes down to, right? Comes down to.
He winced a little bit. He winced a little bit when I introduced you and said that you were in love with a sex doll on Made for Love on HBO Max. He didn't think that was a good way to introduce you. And I'm like, Ray probably is okay with that, given that he took a part where he's in love with a sex doll.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. It's my character who's in love with the sex doll, but that's what it is. That's the truth. That's part of this. That is the show. There's a deep connection there. It's not just a perverted love. There's this guy's he's a sad, lonely widower, and he doesn't want to have a relationship. There's more to it, actually. He's actually dying of cancer, and he doesn't want to risk, having a relationship with a real person, so he seeks out this alternative. And I'm fine with it. It pays. they pay me a lot to have sex with that doll.
That is a great sentence.
Just
I thought your best half sentence was going to be when I played Pebble, but no, it's they pay me a lot to have sex with that doll. You look at your body of work because you did The Irishman. When have you arrived in a place, Ray, where you're doing something that artistically fulfills you the most because you're saying to yourself as you're doing it, I love the writing of this, the depth of the script, obviously you're doing something where you're trying to send us a message through the absurdity, the comedic absurdity of being in love with a sex doll.
Well, I didn't write it. I didn't write that. But after the sitcom, what attracted me was doing something, I definitely didn't want to do that again. I got offered that a lot, to do other sitcoms. And I wasn't going to go there, why I was going to leave my sitcom legacy alone. And I had no desire really. And doing something a bit dramatic was scary but intriguing, and it took a while. It took a while for people to even want to cast me in anything like that. It was little by little baby steps. People had to see me. I did a show called Men of a Certain Age first, and then I did Parenthood, and then I did a couple movies. I did The Big Sick, and then I got lucky because somehow I got into Scorsese's Rolodex through the show Vinyl. I did this show Vinyl on HBO, which Scorsese directed, and it's once you're in his, once he likes you, he uses people over and over again, and he just asked me to be in The Irishman. I got into that, and now. Yeah, so now that's kind of what I'm interested in is doing, something a little bit dramatic. I also just wrote a movie and directed it. We just finished and we're editing it now. So that scared the hell out of me because that was the first time I ever did that. And it's a dramedy filmed in Queens, New York. But that's kind of. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm lucky. I don't need to pick anything for the money now. I pick it if it interests me, if it it gets me excited to do it. My wife has all the money she needs, believe it or not, and I get to choose what I want to do, and the drama is still something I'm drawn to. What's good about it is. I don't know how good I am at it. I mean, doing stand-up, doing comedy, I kind of know I can do that. Drama is still a challenge for me, and I like it. That's why it's like golf. You're never going to get great at it, but you just keep doing it. You keep trying to get better, and sometimes you don't, obviously.
Can you answer a question for us that no longer has to be hypothetical? If Chris Cote had taken that moment that you scalded him with a golf ball and tried to extrapolate it into maximum gain for himself and the show in that moment because you were vulnerable having hit him, what could he have done and what more would he have gotten from you in terms of interaction if, for example, you had recognized that the 1 in a billion shot is you just hit somebody who's in your extended family?
Well, no offense, but I wouldn't have recognized him.
None taken.
If he had said, "I'm Chrissy's husband," first of all, I would have had to remembered. I would have had a place. Oh, Chrissy. Oh, that's okay. By the way, I don't know if you call her Chrissy. I remember calling them Chrissy and Corey because they were twins. Yeah. So I would have had to place it, and if he had told me right there, we would have had a moment. I would have said something. Maybe, you know, they were filming it, so that would have been a cool thing for me to bring it up to the cameras. You know, I would have maybe said something to whoever was there, whatever coverage we were getting, and that might have got on. You know, who knows? That might have got on the broadcast because the odds of it are crazy.
That's right.
Yeah, and you know, maybe somebody sees him. Maybe he gets an offer, and maybe he doesn't have to work for you guys.
That's right. He could have been in The
He choked.
Irishman.
Yes.
He's working with Scorsese.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
right.
exactly right. Instead, he just said, "Oh shit," and then went into the bushes. Thank
I have
you.
a question. I have a question. I saw the thing on YouTube that you guys did with me leading up to there. Now, I don't know if you want to reveal this or not, but was that legit? Did you do that before I had gotten to that hole, or is that something you guys did after it happened?
1,000% legit. We just thought that you were gonna walk by down the fairway, and I'd be like, "Oh, family member," like longing for you, and that was the bit we had planned. And then you
Really?
drilled me.
I watched it and I thought, oh, I wonder if they did this after because it's such a great, cool thing.
But he
that's
fell
good.
apart and then choked, and he didn't give us the payoff of actually interacting with you. You just shuffled
I was
off.
looking out for my man Ray. I don't want to put him on a hot mic when he doesn't know. I gotta watch out for my fam.
Well, what would you have done if I hadn't hit you? Were you going to come up and say something?
I think as you walked down the fairway, I just was gonna like from 20 feet away, like to my camera, just be like, "Ray, my family member," like longing for you. Like that was
Yeah,
kind
but
of.
my family member, everybody says that on it.
Yeah.
That would not have worked, Chris.
Yeah, that is why we left you.
The end goal, the end game was you not leaving the interaction hating me. Did I succeed?
No, I didn't hate you. Are you kidding?
There you go.
I thought I hurt you. Yeah. I felt bad for you. I was worried about you. I go, oh shit, that's 2 lawsuits in one day. Right?
Thank you, Ray. We appreciate the time and the content, sir.
All right, I appreciate it, and I guess Chris, I'll see you somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
Right, you're never going to see him again.
No, you're not.
Later, fam.
I'll see him at like my daughter's wedding or something, right, or something like
Yep.
that.
I'll be there.